So, first of all, welcome. My name is Ricardo.
My name is Paula.
And this is the KTT Talks podcast, where we usually share specific content directly for instructors, but also students can also collect information. And we are in a period that COVID, pandemic, so people are a little bit lazy in one side, the other side they are frustrated about the dancing. So it's more and more important that all of us do our role and our tasks to be able to bring more people to our dance community, because this will pass and we need to have more and more people dancing to keep the community growing. Because if you're already in the Kizomba scene for a long time or even for a short period of time, you know how good that this made to your life, the amount of people, new people that you met, beautiful people for sure, allow you to travel, to have like an open door. It's a different way of communication. It's like learning a new language, and when you go any part of the world nowadays, you can dance Kizomba, so you will be immediately integrated. This happened with all kinds of social dances, but today we are here to talk about Kizomba. So this is the kind of lesson that you will share with your friends that never danced Kizomba and will have here the opportunity to do their first steps, okay? So let's go before the dancing, 5 minutes like running introduction about what is Kizomba. Kizomba, first of all, is a word that comes from Angola, from a language called Kimbundu, a dialect from the capital of Angola, Luanda, and it means party. So this word always was inside of the population and the way of communication, never related to a style of music or to a style of dance. People were saying, let's go to a party, so let's go to a Kizomba, let's go to have fun, to have confraternization, to hang out, so let's go to a Kizomba, to a Kizombada. In the late 70s, Eduardo Paim, and this will be really fast, decided with his band SOS to create a style of music made from Angola, picking up and powders of different styles of music like samba, but also pop music and music from other parts of Africa like Congo, do a cocktail and create something new. Older generations say, look, young kids, this is not samba, so don't call it like that, you need to arrange another name. As their main objective was to create music to have fun, as Angola was passing through a civil war period, they decided to call it Kizomba. So the first Kizomba was a period associated to music, not to dance, and it was in Angola. After that, long story short, evolution, Cape Verde, also the Palop countries, also they have their own style of Kizomba that call it a different thing, Kola Zouk, because of the mix of Coladera and Zouk music. The Zouk, in fact, in the mid-80s was like the thing that allowed the spreading and the production of the Kizomba, and see how Kizomba is between commas, because only on the 90s, here in Portugal, was the place that the word started being spreaded through all the communities as a music genre. Some people say that is a general music genre, other people don't accept it. Our perspective, as we look to it, using an expression by Tó Costa, Kizomba umbrella. So Kizomba, if you look to umbrella, is the top of the umbrella, and then you have a lot of different subgenres. Generally speaking, we call it Kizomba to everything, any style of music that we can dance Kizomba. Yes, because after Kizomba started being considered a dance style. At the beginning, the way of dancing and interpretation was passada, and passada in Portuguese means doing steps. And with the time, with the word by word, the name started being associated to a style of dance also. More evolution, more changing, transformation, different styles and variations of Kizomba, like urban Kiz, like Kizomba fusion, but what have the roots and the foundation is Kizomba, and it comes from Angola. Although nowadays, in our perspective, Kizomba is from the world. It's a cultural movement that have a lot of different inputs. If you are a little bit aware of the Latin culture, it's more or less like salsa that starts in Latin America, in Cuba, Puerto Rico, New York, worldwide, okay? So, you want to add something?
You are speaking very good.
Thank you, very fish.
If you want something to say something, write on the
comments. Write your questions, share with a friend. If you are liking, press there the hearts, a lot of hearts, because
I love hearts.
As we are delivering to you, if you like, please deliver to us. And we are sharing free content in a way that we can touch more and more people. And there are small things that you can do that can allow this to reach more people, like pressing the little hearts. The Zuckerberg algorithmic will assume that people are enjoying
Yes, I'm
this
seeing
live
some hearts.
and will distribute to more people. Okay, so press the heart,
Like you put
write
your
the
finger
comments,
like this on the
write
hearts.
down on the comments. You have the little plane below. Share with a friend. Okay, despite if you are on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube, make sure that you make this arrive to more people.
Yay!
Okay,
Hearts.
thank you so much.
Thank you.
So Kizomba, as a dance style, it's something close to the earth. Okay, so before you start thinking about moving, about body movement, think about a progression. Okay, think about a structure of layers. Let's start from the first layer. The way that we approach in the ALC methodology is to go first to fundamentals of the most basic things to be able to add more layer and layer and layer to be able to have an amazing way of dancing. Okay, but for now, let's think about connection to the floor. Let's think about stopping between the steps, and let's think about how you walk on the street. Okay, so you don't walk on the street like this.
Well,
you don't walk on the street like this.
Well.
Okay, so you walk on the street normally 1 foot each time if you have 2 feet and if you have 2 legs. Okay, so to start dancing Kizomba, if you know how to walk, you will know how to dance. Good? Nice.
Lots
So-
of hearts while we were dancing like that.
So we will turn our back to you. If you are a leader, you will do like me. If you are a follower, you
Follow
will
me.
do like Paula.
Yeah.
Okay? So with the feet together, under your hip, let's think about walking in place. Basic one that we call cavalinho. Cavalinho means little horse. It's a way of body interpretation in carnival dances in Angola. And I use this term because I learned from Pechu, Mestre Pechu, that is considered the first Kizomba teacher. Okay, the one that created the first methodology to teach white people, like he said, joking. Okay, so cavaling or basic one, that is nothing more than stepping in place. You have the rhythm, the main beat. Every time that you feel the beat is the moment that you step, reach the floor. Leaders with the left, followers with the right, walking, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Good? First tip to you, make sure that when you step with 1 foot, you don't move the other. Stepping 1 foot each time. And the energy, it's not up, okay? It's not marching. You are not in a parade. The energy is down, down. The foot that steps, it's the knee that bends. Pick up some pen and paper and write down on your brain. The foot that steps is the foot that bends while we walk in place and while we walk forward. Let's keep it like this for now. So stepping in place, bend one, bend other, bend one, bend other. Now imagine yourself like a big elephant in savannah. So if you imagine that documentaries from National Geographic, you see the dust and you see the earth really dry. So if you imagine an elephant stepping, you will see like the dust coming out because it's like a walking to the floor. You bend the knee and you will transfer the weight by stretching the knee. Bend, stretch, bend, stretch, bend, stretch. And the stretching happening because you are pressing the floor. Good? Anything to add?
Nothing.
So this is the basic one. Basic two will be a step touch, like you are in a club. Okay? So leaders open with the left, followers open with the right, and we just do step
Open.
and touch, open and touch, open and touch, and open and touch. Another note for you. The foot that touch is the foot that moves next. I will repeat. The foot that touch is the foot that will move next. So if you open with the left, followers with the right, and you touch with the right, followers with the left, the foot that touch is the foot that moves next. Okay? Now, this step, the step touch, it's one movement that you can do in maybe all kind of dances worldwide. What will change is the approach of the movement, your energy, your flow, okay? In African dances and mainly in Kizomba, namely in Kizomba, make sure that when you touch you have the whole foot on the floor. Don't do touching with just the point, okay? I'm not telling you that is wrong, I'm telling you that you will lose connection with the floor. And if you are in a learning process, the beginning, we need to avoid anything that will disconnect to the floor.
And can also mischaracterize the movement, yes? Because there are several ways of doing the same thing. As is not, if the Kizomba is not, or the Afro dancers in our body, we need to take care with that. Then try to keep the whole foot on the floor. In this way, it's like you make sure it's a safe thing to do. You make sure that you are doing unless the basics. Unless, pelo menos.
At least.
At least the basic way of doing the thing,
okay.
The natural way.
So, while you step to the side, also make sure that you imagine that it's really hot, like today. Today is hot here in Portugal. So you will have difficulty to move. It's like more lazy way of going to the side. Instead of being like fast going with the knee stretched, more lazy. 1 together, 2, 3 together, 4, 5 together, 6, 7 together, 8. Good? Now let's go to the basic 3, the third basic. In our methodology, in ALC methodology, and the way that we teach our students here in Portugal, and the way that we share with the KTT, the Kizomba Teachers Training Program, with all the people worldwide that wanted to study with us our methodology to reproduce at their hometown, we use 3 basics. And then we will have, I always forget, dezenas. Dozens of variations from the basics, okay? So, basic 3, some people call it one-side bachata, okay? So we go forward with the left, forwards, ladies back with the right. 1.
Back.
Remember, the foot that moves forward or place, bend the knee. Followers, or everybody.
When it's back is the opposite. We walk with our right, but we bend the left knee.
So, we do first step 1, we do second step 2,
back.
The third one we touch side by side. Remember the brain memory, the foot that touch, the foot that moves next. So if we touch with the left, we move left back.
Forward.
And now leaders, you are bending the right. We move back with the right, we are bending the left. And we touch 3.
Left.
Good? So 1, 2 touch, 1, 2 touch. Leaders forward, followers back. And walk
back.
1, walk 2.
Back.
Touch 3, walk 1,
forward,
touch 2,
forward,
touch 3.
back.
Good? So for those that are already dancers and you are used to count till 8, and if you are a teacher, a dance teacher, but you never danced Kizomba before, you start thinking about, damn, but how can I count Kizomba? I have something to tell you. Kizomba is not to be counted. We use numbers as a tool to improve the communication in a dance lesson. And we make sure that we prepare combinations that will finish in a count of 8 in a way that we prepare the students to be aware to the musicality, because you will find a compass, a quaternary compass in Kizomba, so you'll have count till 8 in the music. So in an intuitive way, we are sharing how to be musical without talking about technical stuff. So if you want to count a complete combination of 8, you repeat 4 basic 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1, 2, 3, 4 in 5, 6, 7, 8, and 1 last time, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So with the 4 complete basic steps on 3, you are able to complete a combination of 8 counts. Makes sense? Good?
Yeah.
So what we will do now, because this is like fast, is try to give the approach in couple position, some guidelines, because we don't want to burn out your brain with information, and then to give you 2 or 3 options of how you can combine the basics. And if you never dance Kizomba, we challenge you for today, after this 20 minutes lesson, be able to play a song and pick up your partner and start trying to do this, okay? So with just this 20 minutes lesson, you will be able to dance an entire song. Good? So, couple position. First of all, some nomenclature that we use in our methodology. Some things are international, others make part of individual methodology. We call position 0 or 0 position the couple position. Why? Because our right foot will be directed between our partner feet, but our shoulders will be facing completely each other. We don't have cross position, we don't have angle position in our methodology. Remember that Kizomba, it's a popular dance. If you go to Angola, in the same street, you will have people dancing differently. Same foundation, more or less, but with different approach of contact, of framing, of combinations. So it's a popular dance, like in salsa, bachata, tango. There are things that are more general, but other things that are very free. As far as you can communicate, some of the rules that we use can be turned around. Why? Learn the rules, master the rules, and then you can break the rules. In our perspective, and to keep a structure, we teach our students a bunch of rules to give them barriers, to don't get too crazy. And after, with the time, as they master that rules, we are able to open more the doors, and in a progressive way, they will be able to evolve with maturity, with knowledge, knowing how to combine the things, and to be able to become creative and to create themselves their own movements and getting their own personality of dance. We don't want to create robots that will dance exactly like us. We want to create creative dancers and with self-criticism to be able to produce what they feel. Good?
Yeah.
Nice?
Nice.
Nice. A question that appeared today also in our Instagram account, the story, is how we give the hand. So, Danielle, if you are there, I give the big finger to the follower, she grabbed my finger, and I hug her hand. Our elbows will be 45 degrees to the floor, split it from the body, okay? So you see that there is air between, and in front of our body. We avoid being behind our body. And in this position, we can have the arm a little bit more to the side or a little bit more inside, depending on the proximity that we'll have. Making sure that we close a hug the same way that we hug each other. Okay? This is so good. And this is why Kizomba becomes so popular, because people have a lack of hugging, and hugging is really good, and you will start producing oxytocin, a lot of hearts if you like to hug. Hearts. And you will feel good. Okay? So the main contact will happen here in your upper body. If your highs don't allow, if the leader or the follower are too different of highs, you just need to frame, okay, to be in a more distance position. If the leader is a little bit shorter or the follower is a little bit smaller, we just frame the position. But if you are able to have a more related couple position, you'll be in contact with your mother, with your grandmother, with your girlfriend. Of course, the energy will be different, but the respect is there, okay? The contact is in the upper body, the contact is not here on the cuchi cuchi mambo, okay? You can have, if you are a grown-up person, and if you want to cuchi cuchi, but it's not because of Kizomba. Anyway, without music, you can have cuchi cuchi also, okay? So, right arm of the leader, side contact, back contact in the bra zone, okay? Making sure that leader's shoulders keep parallel to the floor and parallel to the partner. Avoid, showing this angle, avoid damaging your position to hug more, parallel to the floor, parallel to the couple.
For the followers is, I usually first keep the tricep in contact and then the hand. I try not to do pressure in my hand because I lose the contact with my arm. Then first tricep and then my hand, depending of the highs, of course, or the proximity. I can be with my tricep here, or I can be here, or even more here. But first, my first connection is tricep and then hand. Of course, the idea is not to block the arm of the leader. It's just to keep the contact, not without weight. With weight, but without pressure too much, without blocking the arm of the leader. Yeah?
Okay, so from this couple position, last tip, feet cross, shoulders facing, hug feeling, breathe in, and as you exhale, adapt the position. And you need to feel comfortable, okay? So from this position, let's practice about the basic one, stepping in place on the tempo. And 1, 2, 3, 4. From here, we do slow tempo. 1 step, 2 counts. Bend the knee and take more time to stretch. 5, 6, 7, and 8. Once again, 4 counts. And 1, 2, 3, slow tempo. 5, 6, 7, side basic. Open, together, open, together, open, together. Basic 3, forward the leader. 1, 2, and touch. 1, 2, again. 1, 2, and touch. 1, 2, side basic. Open, touch, open, stop, and we will do a complete turn with 8 counts just walking. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, and we are ready to start. Only with these simple movements, of course, there are a lot of tiny details that we could talk about, but we don't have time for that, and this is to give you like an open mind. And we already share with you a lot of technical stuff, okay? So we hope that you are not mind-blowing with too much information. Go gradually. The lesson will keep available, so you can go to our webpage, paularicardoalc.com, or you can go here to our social media or to our YouTube, and you will be able to get all this information, okay? Any questions so far?
No, just hearts. No questions.
Good. So everything is nice and clear.
Yes.
Estás com a mão cheia de dedos, tu. Pousas lá isso, achou?
Sim, com certeza.
So,
Yes, boss.
just remind the first combination. Now we will do facing you in a way that you can see the follower movement. So we start with the left leaders, followers start with the right, and make sure that the leaders start the movement and the followers finish the movement to keep a conversation. And on the beat, 1, 2, 3, slow tempo in 5, 6, 7, again. 1, 2, 3, slow tempo in 5, 6, 7, side basic. Keep the frame, stop between the steps. 5, 6, basic 3, 2 repetitions. 1, 2, touch 3, 1, 2, again. And 1, 2, touch 3, 1, 2, side basic. Open, touch, complete turn, just walking. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 5 and 6 and 7, ready to start. Okay? So this is option 1. We will teach you now a second option that will be exactly the same 3 movements, basic 1, basic 2, basic 3, but having some variations. Okay? Good? Are you ready? Quer dizer alguma coisa? Certeza?
Ready? Absoluta.
Absolute. Don't forget, if you are enjoying, hearts and share with a friend. So, let's learn alone, in a way that if you are alone. We will start moving forwards and forwards back in a slow tempo. And we do 1, stretch 2. We have already here a variation. Walk and touch. 3, touch 4. The same backwards, slow tempo. 5, 6, walk 7, touch 8. Good? So if you notice, it's the same basic 3, but we start first with a slow tempo, the beginning of the basic 3. This will give already a variation. One more time. Slow tempo. 7 and 1, stretch 2, walk 3, touch 4. 5, stretch 6, 7 and stop. Stretch 6. It's difficult to say. You want to say something?
No.
Everything okay?
It's
Do you want me to
everything
cut the
okay.
microphone to tell something alone for me?
No.
No good? Because Paula is with that look. I'm afraid what's coming next. All good?
All good.
Okay. So now, the same idea of the basic 3, but it's called jejão. We go forward, we return, and we touch together. Jejão, in Angolan slang, means small lie. Okay? Like innocent lie. And it's a small lie because we are saying that we are going forward, but in fact we move back to return to the center. So leaders with the left forward, followers with the right back, we step 1, we go back 2, and we touch 3. So it's the same 3 step, but instead of dislocation, we go and return. And jejão, back, repeat, jejão, back, repeat. Good? Now we will do a turn to our left, with the basic 3. 1, 2, touch 3, and we return to the same position that we were before. 1, 2, touch 3. One more time. Turn, walk, touch, turn, walk, touch. So let's remember these 3 variations of basic 3. Slow, walk, touch, slow, walk, touch, jajão, turn, return. And 1, hold, 2, 3, touch, 4, 5, hold, 6, 7, touch, 8, forward 1, 2, touch, 3, forward 4, touch 6, turn 7, 8, touch 1, turn 2, 3, touch 4, side basic, 5, 6, 7, and 8. You see, with the basic 3 and the basic 2, we already create here a different possibility. Make sense? So far so good? Unfortunately, here on Facebook, is not continuous, 21, oh, okay. Lawrence, are you seeing good? The image there on Facebook is going or is stopping? Let us know.
Thank you. Asha.
So, let's do a resume. Meaning of the word Kizomba. Write down on the comments. You have 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1, exactly. Party. And it comes from Angola. At the beginning, the word was associated...
Audio is too low.
Too low?
Too low.
Too low. At the beginning, it was associated just to a dance style. Sorry. Rewind. At the beginning, the word appeared associated to a music style, a fusion between a lot of different styles of music in Angola. Okay, samba, compa, Congolese rumba, salsa, pop music. So a lot of inspirations for Eduardo Paim and his generation musicians to create a new sonority. Good?
Party, party.
Exactly. Nice. Then 90s, around 90s, the word started being spread through all the palopes, and here in Portugal mainly was like the boiling point to this happen due to the immigration, blah, blah, blah. No time for that. There is a different lesson for this. Then, basics. How we use it. First, less is more. Connection to the floor. The whole foot on the floor. Africa, big elephant, okay? Remember that idea of the dust going out every time you step. Lazy but with style. There is elegance with the posture relaxed, okay? I don't know if you are noticing, it's a lot of paradoxes because we are in a position that we need to be elegant, but it's not in a straight position. The elegance will be on the smoothness of the walk, but inside of the smoothness, it will be a heavy walking. You see the paradox here all the time. Couple position, 0 position, feet cross, shoulders facing each other, connection with the partner, adapting the arms and adapting the frame to be comfortable in our highs. More things about the posture. The hand, so grabbing the finger, the big one, holding 45 degrees to the floor.
Tricep in contact, shoulders parallel to the floor, and connect with your partner.
Many basics we have.
3. The cavalinho, you can do on tempo, slow tempo, and you can do even contratempo and quadruplicate the tempo. You have the basic step to the side, basic step on 2, and basic step on 3.
Good. So inside of these 3 basics, cavalinho or basic 1, you can have a lot of variations. We showed you how to combine these 3 steps in 2 different combinations. If you are at home with a partner, if you never danced before, pick up some music and try to combine them. Try to create at the beginning like a mathematical scheme. Cavalinho, cavalinho, in place, slow tempo, doing the turn, going forward, going back, variation of the basic 3, changing direction. So you have a lot to go on. Of course, there are much more technique inside of what we are saying, but this is the progression. Learning the rules in a very smooth way, master the rules to be able to break them. Regarding movement, we didn't talk about that. We didn't talk about ginga and bunda move. So ginga is the word associated to proper movement to Kizomba, and bunda is this beautiful part of your body that is very important in the Kizomba dance. Okay? Framing, connection, leading and following, communication without words. Leaders start the movement, followers finish the movement, respecting each other. Contact doesn't mean disrespect, okay? It's mainly a hug. It's not sexual intention. The sexual intention will be in your brain, Okay, there are people that will watch us dancing so close and will have a sexual intention by their way of
thinking,
perspective.
yeah,
okay,
their minds.
In our mind, at this moment, there is no sexual intention. There are other
Later.
ways that we can have sexual intention. Okay, so this was like fast resume of everything we made here. We hope that you enjoy it. Make sure that after you share this with a friend, keep writing your comments, send us message, follow us. We are delivering as much as we can, and your way to help us and to give it back is by the sharing. So touching more people will allow us to be happy and to fulfill our mission, that is to teach people how to live better through the dance. And if you had in your personal life a big change because of dance, you met new people, you travel, you change your day life routines, allow others to do the same. Do this good for the others, independent on the school that they will start, independent on the style of dance that they will choose. Make sure that you introduce the dance world, mainly the social dancing world, to your friends, to your family, to your beloveds, because they deserve that in the same way that you deserve. Okay? Good?
Good. Thank you very much.
If you want to keep studying with us, we have our ALC online academy, Kizomba Basics, Tarraxinha, lady styling, men styling. If you are alone at home, there is no excuse. You will have the opportunity to do all the lessons alone and for different levels. We have different programs that goes from beginners to advanced, and even teachers will collect in this academy a lot of material to teach their students back to your hometown. So at this moment, the Academy have more than 150 lessons available, and each week we have new lessons that happen live in a Zoom meeting where we can give feedback to your dance. And if you cannot attend due work or time zone, the lessons are uploaded to the Academy, okay? 10 lessons a month, minimum of 1 hour, so it's 10 hours of content, new content a month, just 29 euros a month. And you can subscribe and unsubscribe when you want. But if you have doubts, you can have 7 days free trial. Just go to our webpage, Paula Ricardo ALC.com. You will see there the link to the ALC Kizomba Basics Academy, and we hope to see you. At least give the chance. Use the 7 days free trial. They exist precisely for that. Okay? Thank you very much for being that side. It's always a pleasure. Do you want to give final words?
Thank you very much. Be happy and follow us. Okay? Thank you.
Mwah.
Mwah. Thank you.
Closing the live. Ciao, ciao.